detect an adorable presence.
Hello, everybody, and welcome into the atrium. Ooh, hold on. Sorry, communicator fire. How's everyone doing? How's it going? How's everyone doing today? It's good to see your faces around here. Welcome into the atrium again. This week is asset work, so we're going to be doing some various projects for the channel. For art, we're gonna start. I'm trying to code a way to get the chat to appear along the horizontal axis of the screen. So we're gonna redo the chat bubble, and then we'll work on some miscellaneous assets. And let me put remind OP pop.
Write that down, write that down!
I like hearing chaos to my name. It's spoons. Ice cream. Ice cream. Okay, I'll put a reminder in for that. And I'm assuming you wanted a view? Yeah? Yeah, I'll have to be doing it later. Remind King Pop.
Write that down, write that down!
I don't know who got it first. One of us did. Thank you. Alright, get the music on. I wonder if I could just do this, or I could just rotate it. And then we'll stretch it to fit. I'll have to fix the edges there. It's like flaming or something. I'm your assistant, use me! Okay. You know what? This needs to actually, we need to, since it's going to be across the screen, I need to go ahead and adjust the canvas size to be as long as the screen. So it'll be, that's fine. I just need to make it thinner then. But I need to resize my images before I do that, or it'll cut it off. Yeah, we'll do about there, and then we'll crop the canvas down. It's okay. A lot of people use, I don't know, improper forms, I guess you could say. Okay, I'm just gonna kind of cut this in to move it down. And then I'm going to copy paste this section across. Whoops. Didn't mean to resize it. Needs to be like 1 pixel closer. Oops, that one was too high. There we go. And then we'll move the icons down. might need to make it thinner still. So let me just grab these. And then I think what I'll do is I'll just like raise it up. Probably want chat bar to be like this. If it's gonna be across the bottom of the screen. And then I'll erase away the extra bits. I also need to fix the edges there. And I'll need the monoline. And I need to make sure my eraser's also set to monoline. Whoops. There we go. I didn't make things as long as I needed to. Okay, let me undo some stuff. Because I was still operating on a different section of the canvas space and I didn't realize it. The true end is all the way down here. Okay, and then let me elongate the bar. Winter says meow. Ice cream! Ice cream! What do you want it of? Because I know I've already done you.
Write that down, write that down!
Thank you. Don't tell him. He doesn't know that I've made this yet. I wanted to be a surprise. Uh-oh. Okay. My bar there's just not high enough. That's very fixable. There we go. We care a lot. Thank you for taking care of me. Make sure to take care of yourselves with me, space friends. Really? Right when I'm fixing to get my water? There's so many things happening. That's why there was two all in. So I was like, why is there so many things happening? Oh no! Not the ducks! Not the ducks! Not for the water! No! I'm gonna wash those ducks right out of my face. Let's do a stretch. Okay. Alright. So for this, let me turn it up all the way. And then we'll duplicate it over. And then because of the rounded edges, I have to make sure I'm not leaving any of the round edges there. Then I think what I'm just gonna do, I'm gonna grab this. I'm gonna flip it because it's got that perfect edge. And then make sure that's in line with these. Whoops. Yep, okay. Okay, then we can merge these and bring it back down to 30. And I think I'm gonna group these and duplicate and move over. Do a flip. You know what? I might just repaint them. They're not lining up right, and that would really screw with my... Yeah, I'm gonna have to make a new one. I need to draw my MLP Sona. Yeah. Let me see it when you're done. Okay, so I believe these were just the same color and they're just on addition layers, so let me get the grid. I don't remember if it was changing or... No, I think I need window size. Yeah, art is magical. So I do need to do changing, and I need to try to match it to size. $47's pretty close to what it was, so I'm gonna go ahead and get rid of these. Paint these in. Make sure I'm covering everything this time. And then that's on and add. And then I duplicate this and do Gaussian blur to make it look glowy. And then I just need to make sure it doesn't touch those edges or go beyond those edges. So I'll do this where I select the outside of that box and then clear the overlapping lines. Whoops, that cleared the whole thing. There we go. And then I could just erase away these corners. Okay, I got it over there. Okay, I think I got our chat box for the bottom portion of the screen. Whenever we finally get it situated.
I love you.
And so next, I have us working on some prop work. So we have our Jabib fruit or Jabib vegetable, and now I need to do a gloomberry and some Jabib beans. I've been meaning to update the prop style to be with my new brushes that I use. So we're gonna go back to the storybook brushes. I'm just gonna start automatically doing that with this set. Oh, also, do you guys want the ice pops to be a throwable redeem? I could do that now. Yeah, we'll have a whole, have a good lurking. Yes? Okay. Can you put a reminder for me to do that? Just like ice pop throws. Thank you. Okay, so Gloomberry is described as a shadowy berry with a shimmering aura and an intense gaze. I went back and looked at the chat log.
Write that down.
Thank you. Ice pops go yeet. So I gotta decide what a gloomberry shape is. I think I kind of want it to be a heart shape because this is after shadow. Yeah, it will make sense. Thank you. I'm gonna try to do a better heart shape.
A mysterious existence has appeared.
Hi, SBG! Views are getting different today. New icons, new badges. How you doing? How's it been? Okay, and then we'll flip it, I think. Yeah, there we go. Just kind of fix up the shape here. I'm gonna have to go around the edges. Setfill did not like my textures, and so it's artifacting along the edges. We'll just go in and fix that. Need to fix this. Well, I think I need to come back in here and fill this part in a bit. Okay, I think that's good. And then let me add the googly eyes. Let's give this berry some texture. Let me turn these up in size. I'm on like the side or something, aren't I? If the canvas isn't facing the right way, the patterns don't like to go in the right direction. But I also have this like with a random rotation too. And then let's do another pattern. You know what? This may be better for like the seeds. And then let's go add like a dark blue. Make sure it's under the googly eyes. Actually need to switch back to my brush. We're gonna give it like a holographic shimmer. We'll put down the base and then we'll change this to chromatic aberration. And we'll say displace. And we'll kind of spread them out, blur them. Give them a little transparency. And then I think I'm also going to go in here and Gaussian blur it a bit. And then maybe change this to a different kind of layer. I think what I'm going to do, I liked screen 2, so we're going to do color dodge twice and then do a lighter screen layer. And blur this one out more. That way it's nice and shiny. And then it's got a shimmering aura around it, so let's duplicate the shape and do a Gaussian blur. And it is kind of shadowy, so I'm going to blur the edges of the original one too. And then do some sparkles. Here we go. I make these bigger.
This is your self-care reminder. Please hydrate, stretch, and save your progress.
Make sure to take care of yourselves with me. And then the stretch. And then I need to do a general round shadow. So let me go back to my main brushes. We'll kind of do a circle around it. And we're gonna fill that, and we're gonna... These two actually need to be above the googly eyes. And then this one, we're going to blur it. And then we're going to lower it down. And I'm gonna change it to multiply so you can see the stuff under it better. And then let me do some general shading on the berry so it looks more like an object and not just a flat cutout. So we'll put the shadowy end over here. And then we'll put the light in on the opposite side. I'm gonna blur the end. Reduce down. Then we're gonna get some shiny bits. Okay, I think this is our Jabit berry. And I gotta do Jabit beans. The Gloomberry, yes. This one's Jabit beans. Well, now we gotta ask Sunny what Jabit beans would look like. Because this was just a joke Opie had made in the... Wiggles! This is just
Logging visitor check-in into the Universal Database.
Hi, Mandy.
Welcome to the atrium. Have a look around. If it's friends you're looking for, then there's plenty to be found.
Look at all these friends. The angry Kev. Thank you for taking care of me. Why are they all hitting me so hard? Yeah.
Olo the Galabine asked me, what would GB beans look like? GB beans would be a curious sight indeed. Imagine beans that shimmer with a holographic sheen, as if they've been pulled straight from a 1980s sci-fi movie. Their surface would change colors as you move around them, creating a mesmerizing dance of light. And don't be surprised if you feel as though they're staring into your soul. The ever-watchful GB fruit has a way of doing that.
I was just beeping over to the kitchen and remember that I needed to roast Sunny today. I gotta make a trigger now whenever Amanda uses Jabibin. Okay. So we're gonna do some multicolored holographic beans. I think I'm gonna do them in the pastel range, just because I want.
A Sholon emissary has arrived. Logging visitor check-in into the Universal Database.
Sonny, just so you know, you're a chewy waffle made out of mashed potatoes, drizzled in syrup, and we're happy to know
Into
you.
the Universal Database.
Anyway, that's why Rio Bork Amandi came by just to tell Sunny that. Just to beam it into her ear holes. Ola's communicator went deep. I do have that functionality. Monty's breaking the fourth wall. I think we'll just do one more beam. So long as he's not breaking the seventh wall. How you doing, Ken? How's it going? Okay, and let's get the googly eyes. Since they're beans, they're each just gonna have one googly eye. Just got off work. Good. Safe travels, friend. I think you've said it. I think we've discussed it here before, but I don't remember them off the top of my head. But either on Discord or here, we've had a conversation about it. Oh no. What would this food be named?
Chaos. Lily asked me if you created a G-Beat food by combining rainbows, poetry, and marshmallows, what would it look like and be named? Ah, the theoretical creation of a G-Beat hybrid food. This peculiar concoction would shimmer with iridescent hues, each color flowing into the next, like a watercolor painting. Its surface would be silky smooth, yet it would contain soft, fluffy marshmallow clouds within, which release whimsical verses upon every bite. I would name it Lyrical Lumina Mallow. Its taste gives a delightful harmony of sweet nostalgia and poetic brilliance.
There you go. Let's need to fix some artifacting in here. What would even its taste be? It's a very colorful food. Beans. The taste of imagination. Okay. So I'm gonna do some how should I do this? Alright, let me group these. Duplicate. Flatten. This is gonna be our holographic layer. Chromatic aberration. Displace. There we go. And then we'll say no, color dodge is 2 out there. Let's do color burn. Ice cream! Ice cream! Because I must. Thank you! We've got so many ice cream pops. I think I like it just on normal, actually. We're gonna leave it at normal. Okay, now I can go in and... I'm gonna have to, like, bring these down or something. We're gonna have to find some way to allow the background layer in, because whenever I go to, like, shade these... You're not gonna be able to see that. So it'll have to be like on color burn or something. Let me see what color dodge on a lower setting looks like. Yeah, you don't really see it. Kind of see it on linear burn. Let's do a lower linear burn. And let me do my shading. With the cookie sandwiches. What kind of cookie sandwiches? The kind with cream or ice cream, or is it another cookie sandwich in between another cookie? Is it just a stack of cookies that you've decided to name affectionately as a sandwich? Pumpkin cream sandwich cookies. Gotcha. You guys big pumpkin spice fans? The season's coming up. And then we'll go through and do additions for the lighting. How do you turn that down? You're a food fan? I hear a lot of creatures that eat are fans of food, yes. Oops, forgot to change that to an ad. And then, the yellow one. I noticed there's some artifacting going on, and I'll have to go fix that. Let's bring this back down and fix this artifacting along the edge. I think I'm just gonna put these edges where these two touch. I need to go kind of do that on the purple one at the end. And then we'll turn on our liquor. Sorry for Rio, she do forks. Amandi's leaving the house and she can hear it. Okay, let's get these to fill the screen. And then this is our Jippy beans. Okay, let's see, how much time do we have? We have 15 minutes. I was going to then begin work on maybe some model redesigns. But with the time being so short, really we have 5 minutes. So I think what instead I'm gonna do is I'm gonna start on some ice cream pop redeems just because I won't have as many feelings about having to stop that early as I would if I started working on models. It is in Twitch redeems. For those of you who don't know, we've already done one. This is Lily's Terrible Ice Cream Pop Sona. And then I need to do one for Opie Pop. And one for King. This will help me remember later if I get them named out. Whoops, I see what I did there. And then one for Kid. So we'll just start them in order. Let's see, Opie. Actually, I'm gonna want to move this down so I can get the effects in. Love ears coming out because it's like supposed to be an elf ear. And then I think we're gonna have one of the ears broken off because that seems to be something that happens a lot. If something's like thin, you get that breakage that can occur. So we'll have that ear broken. We'll have the other one cracking. I'll get that in when we do the effects. And then we'll do the hair. Oops. I think we're gonna have the hair bleed onto the ear. Like it got off-centered printed. That happens a lot in these things. So we'll remove it some from over here because it's like it got stamped in the wrong place. And then we'll do candy eyes. Well, I need to go back and look at, I think Opie's eyes are purple. I may do it as purple. Blue and green, that's right. I'm getting you, because of the white hair, I'm getting you mixed up with a Sona of someone else I know. Green is left eye from your perspective, and blue eye's right. Okay. Well, I think with these, because they're bright colors, they're going to have color bleed. That'll be their defect. Okay, let me get the eye misprint for the bangs. No, that would be the right place. So the bang misprint would be over here. And this set would be here. It's so weird having to think about what's the right way to screw this up. Okay. So I think we got our basics down. Let's get the... and stick. Okay, now I've got these. Let's raise it up. That's not the right color. It needs to be more yellow. A little brighter. Yeah. And I think I need to make the eyes pop a little larger on it. And then we'll center and expand the whole thing. Okay. And then we'll go ahead and add some details. So for the skin, Opie has fangs. So we're gonna have like printed fangs, and they're not gonna be centered with the mouth. We're gonna say the white printer was off on this one. Okay. I think I need to move this here. And I need to move these down a bit. I'm gonna merge these, we're gonna duplicate, then this bottom layer we're going to Gaussian blur out. Actually, first I'm gonna enlarge them. And then do the Gaussian blur for their color bleed. And then we'll lower its opacity so you can tell it's more of a color bleed. And let's
It is time for invasive
No!
capitalism. We'll be back after these forced messages.
Consume, 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 consume.
This is your self-care reminder. Please hydrate, stretch, and save your
Chaos?
progress.
Lily asked me, if Olo were a Gbeep food, what would she look like? If Olo were a Gbeep food, they'd likely appear as a dazzling, multifaceted orb bursting with neon colors that dance and shift with the beat of 80s music. Their surface would have a hypnotic holograph sheen, reflective like a disco ball. Perhaps they'd emit melodies of Never Gonna Give You Up with each gentle touch, creating an irresistible rhythm. Their taste gives a symphony of electronic beats and sweet nostalgia, echoing their love for all things vibrant and indestructible.
You know, my love for things indestructible. My canonical love of indestructible things. Alright, I need to rotate this. And then we need to go to our ad break so people don't get pre-rolled whenever they're first coming in. Okay. Now's a good time to get up and stretch, get a snack, drink some water. Do whatever it means to take care of yourself during this time. When we come back, we'll be working around an FL Studio, and I'm going to warn you, Lily, we're probably, after we finish the song, we're almost finished, we're probably going to be working on your voice lines. So if you don't want to hear your voice, this is your mute warning. We'll be back in a few minutes.